DJM TV.
School resumption for Edo State. Nigerian Union of Teachers tell their members say make dem not resume. Hailings to you, my sabi person. I welcome you to another edition of DJM TV Daily News Update, where we dey give una the gist dem wey dey happen as per time. The matter wey we carry come today na concerning the school resumption for Edo State. Now remember say when government say may all schools resume on the 18th of January 2021. Edo State na part of some other states wey talk say no, dem no go resume that time, but rather dem go wait till dem look at say the coast don still clear small before dem go fit allow children dem go back to school, sake of say dem never know how dem wan take prevent this pandemic wahala for inside school, so dem need to adequately prepare for the resumption to put all the COVID protocol in place. Na wetin the governor talk that time. Then the governor don still come outside again, don still come talk say okay, school go resume on the 1st of February. You know say because say school go resume 1st of February now, so you don come reconfirm am. For a public notice, when the secretary to the state government of Edo State, Mr. Osarodion Ogie, sign, he say this na to inform all parents, teachers and general public say all public primary schools for Edo State go resume full activities on Monday, February 1st, 2021. He said parents dey expected to make their children and wards ready for resumption on this date. And he said the board wish to re-emphasize say all public school teachers and head of teachers wey fail to present themselves for their various school and wey fail to resume work go dey consider say dem don forfeit their salary for the month give Edo State government, because the state government don activate the no work no pay salaries. It also say head teachers and teachers wey desire to stay away from work in support of the sponsored strike action wey some element of the Edo State branch of the National Union of Teachers dey carry out, say dem wan stay house and dem wan join the strike, make dem hand over all school property wey dey their custody to their respective education secretaries. Say the board dey collaborate with the relevant security agencies to ensure the protection of all public schools, and any willful destruction of government property will be met with criminal prosecution to the fullest extent. The Edo State Ministry of Education don also talk say secondary schools for Oredo, Ikpoba-Awka and Ero local government areas of the state go dey run 2 shifts starting from Monday wey be the resumption date for the school for state schools. For the statement wey dey signed by the permanent secretary, Edo State Ministry of Education, Mrs. Stella Maris Imwesu, junior secondary school students go resume around 8 o'clock for morning, while senior secondary school students go resume around 12:30 for afternoon. The statement also talk say the school authorities dey mandated to ensure strict adherence to state COVID-19 preventive protocols. They also talk say the directive to resume apply to all schools from primary to tertiary institutions wey dey for the state. He say make all the schools make dem comply with the state government protocol, and as relevant personnel wey dem don train and mobilize go undertake regular inspection of school premises to ensure say dem dey follow strict adherence to the protocols to curb the spread of the COVID-19. The state government talk say dem get standing enforcement team wey go monitor this whole process and dem go sanction any school wey violate the instruction. Meanwhile, the leadership of the Edo State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Teachers don insist say the industrial strike wey dey embarked by the public primary school teachers on January 18 is still dey ground despite the fact say government don plan to reopen schools on the 1st of February. The Edo State NUT don direct all their members say make dem forget that February 1st 21 resumption wey dem dey talk for the state. Say as government dey plan to wan suspend their strike. Say for where dem dey suspend their strike for their statement, Mr. Pius and Mr. Money Mike wey be the state chairman, assistant secretary general respectively for Benin City, tok say the union don dey resolved to continue with their strike, say because the government dey give them enough time to meet with the demand before the strike start. As government no wan meet with their demand, so dem say dem no go call off the strike. Dem say dem no dey willing to request for additional days from the government. Dem no tok say why the strike dey persist, negotiation between the state government and union go fit continue. Dem no wan dey negotiate as dem resume. Dem no wan resume. In fact, dem say dem wan do the negotiation finish first as dem dey strike before dem go resume. E say at the end of a very objective deliberation, the state wing executive council don resolve to continue with the indefinite strike wey dey start on the 18th of January 2021. Say because the state wing executive council dey convinced say e don earlier allow the state government 8 weeks to resolve the issue before the commencement of the strike. Primary school teachers and head of government-owned schools, dem don direct dem say make dem embark on the indefinite strike following the government's inability to meet with their demand. Some of their demand include payment of the 2013 to 2015 promotion arrears of teachers for Oredo, Orion and Uwande local government councils, as well as reinforcement and guarantee of payment of salaries on or before the 27th of every month as directed by Governor Godwin Obaseki. Others include implementation of the 30% special allowance for teachers wey dey schools for challenged children and payment of all arrears, among others. Well, Edo State government don tok say the plan by the state chapter of the NUT to embark on indefinite strike, e say e dey baseless. Chairman of the Universal Basic Education Board (SUPEB), Dr. Joanne, says why she dey react to the planned strike for public primary schools. He said there is no basis for the strike. Say Governor Obaseki don do many things for the teachers and the state government no get any issue with anybody as they always dey support teachers. The service of establishment for one statement don beg the Nigerian Union of Teachers Edo State say abeg make dem suspend their ongoing strike and give a considerable time for dialogue between government to resolve the issue. But the state wing executive council don tok say lie, the strike go continue while the dialogue and negotiation between dem and Edo State government go still continue till dem go come to a common ground of resolution. Na because of this one na make when the government dey release a special announcement for a resumption of school, na make dem tok say any head teacher or teachers wey tok say dem wan join dis strike by some of the elements of the Edo State branch of National Unions of Teachers, say dem dey free to join the strike say but make dem hand over all the school property wey dey their custody to their respective education secretaries, say because any attempt to destroy any of the school property or any government property, e go meet with criminal persecution to the fullest extent. So how una see this matter? Una know say e get one time wey the Nigeria Union of Teachers Edo State chapter dey give Governor Godwin Obaseki award as the governor wey dey concerned about teachers welfare for the state. So wetin go happen wey be like say now dem dey say government no dey reason dem again. They get arrears since 2013, arrears of promotion 2013 to 2015. We no know wetin dey happen. No be that time they take give the guy to say oga carry go, na you be the governor of the people, you dey quick pay your salary. Don say make dem dey assure dem say their salary go dey come on or before 27th of the month. We no understand wetin dey happen. But my own be say we no know how the matter be for ground. Dem say dem don dey negotiate but government never talk anything. Wetin I go talk for the matter be say abeg our children don still to stay house. If we come talk say dem wan strike make the children dem no go school, get as e be. Like wetin the government official dey beg say make dem give dem more time, make dem allow the children dey go school while dem dey do negotiation. Dem no talk say dem no go negotiate for these things. Dem go negotiate, dem go consult, but make dem allow the children dem dey go school first We all of us know how ASU matter be. ASU na be the one where they control university. They go say they strike. ASU strike almost 1 year. Come join the pandemic wahala. For almost 1 year, students no go school. Say cause say ASU strike. Say government don't meet their demand. Today, smart and I would not hear answer say ASU the one we go on another strike. Say the demand the government meet, e not meet our way. At the end of the day, who dey suffer all these things? Now the students they suffer the whole thing. The teachers they not be there, they suffer am. Yeah, we understand say they never they pay their salary or they owe them or whatever, maybe they reduce their money or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you dey stay house, you dey do 1 or 2 side business, like they call it side also. But the students they suffer the whole thing. So I beg, we want beg our teachers there for Edo State, for the Nigerian Union of Teachers. I beg, more than listen to government. I beg, more than allow the children that they go school. Why all the leaders they show una trust una leaders? So more than trust them to fit negotiate with government where with una interest at heart, so that they go come to a common ground of resolution on wetin they go do for the teachers for Edo State. Meanwhile, one school for Asaba, where they call the government modern secondary school, they don record high cases of COVID-19 infection for their school. Parents don dey fear, they don dey withdraw children comot for the school. Although the school they talk say na only 5 people na don contract this thing, but parents no wan take chances at all. They don go withdraw their children comot for the school say cause say they no want make their children come carry wahala come meet there for house. Well, my people, I don't know, I see all these matters there. What will bring come? How you see this strike issue? It makes sense. I be it not make sense. You say shook mouth for the matter. Talk your own. More we know what you think. Don't forget to like and to share this video. I beg. If you never subscribe, do the needful. Touch subscription label for there. You see that resemble bell where you see for there. So touch the bell. Anytime we drop news, you go be among the first people there. We go no say yes. So better don't land again for this channel. This na see DJM TV daily news update. What would they give una better gist? And me wey see they read this news, so I still be your sister Lawuru Favor.
DJM TV. DJM TV.
These Fulani people don't say no, they don't like.
Welcome to DJM TV.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.
Some of the delegates and ask them questions.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.